Let's be honest. Most English learners aren't afraid of vocabulary. They're afraid of sounding rude when they disagree. Or worse, afraid of speaking at all in a room full of colleagues. That's exactly why we made this episode.
Oh, I need this. I never know how to disagree without sounding rude or like I'm apologizing for existing.
You're not alone. We're going to walk through 4 professional phrases, break down the pronunciation, and give you tips on how to sound confident, clear, and polite all at once.
Okay, first phrase. I see your point, but
It's perfect for showing you've listened. Before gently disagreeing,
I see your point. But there is an issue.
let's break it down.
I see your point, but
Now again, but this time, connect your point and let your tone fall slightly at the end. Ready?
I see your point, but
Nice. You don't want it to go up at the end. That makes it sound uncertain. That's incorrect. Listen, I see your point, but rising intonation sounds unsure. Now this is correct. Listen, I see your point, but falling intonation, calm and confident. Downward pitch, calm, in control. Looking for synonyms? You could say, that's a valid point, though I'd add, or I understand where you're coming from. However, both are polite, natural, and professional. Use them to soften disagreement without sounding unsure.
okay. And how formal is this?
Great question. It's neutral professional. Good for team meetings, client calls, even emails. Just don't follow it with, you're wrong. Phrase 2. Can I offer another perspective? Super polite. Very useful when someone just shared an idea and you want to gently introduce yours.
Can I offer another perspective?
Let's break it down. Can I offer, rise on offer? Can I offer? Emphasize offer as your high point. Another perspective, slight rise on another, then fall on perspective, nice and steady like this. Another perspective. Now try it slowly with me. Can I offer another perspective? Say it again in one breath. Confident, controlled.
Can I offer another perspective?
Now say it in one breath. Relaxed, steady tone.
Can I offer another perspective?
Perfect. This phrase is great when you want to be seen as collaborative rather than competitive. Fun fact for learners, perspective is often mispronounced. Be careful. It's perspective, not perspective.
Synonyms?
May I suggest a different angle? More formal. Here's another way to look at it. Slightly more casual. Third one. I'd like to push back on that slightly. It sounds assertive but not aggressive. Common in business, especially tech or strategic discussions.
I'd like to push back on that slightly. Oh, that's a mouthful. Let's break it.
Let's break this one down. I'd like to... In natural speech, this becomes I'd like to, soft and reduced. Push back on that. Emphasize push and that. Push back on that. Slightly. Say it softly, not too sharp. Just glide through it. Let's put it all together. I'd like to push back on that slightly. Now repeat with me. I'd like to push back on that slightly. Now you. And you can also say, I'm not fully convinced just yet. And also, can we explore that a bit more?
I'd like to push back on that slightly. I'm not fully convinced just yet. Can we explore that a bit more? Curious detail. Pushback sounds physical, but in business English it's metaphorical. You're resisting gently.
I love it when you know fun facts. Now the final one. Absolutely. And to add to that, this is a great agreement phrase. Confident, enthusiastic, supportive.
Absolutely. And to add to that,
Let's work on intonation. Start with high pitch on absolutely. Pause and then continue in a softer tone.
absolutely. And to add to that,
Beautiful. That pause adds clarity.
synonyms?
Exactly. And just to build on that, for sure. Plus,
Hmm. What about I totally agree?
that works too, but it's less formal. Absolutely feels polished and professional. Okay, let's recap and repeat each one with proper rhythm and stress. Say it with us.
I see your point, but I'd like to push back on that slightly. Absolutely. And to add to that, can I offer another perspective? I'd like to push back on that slightly. Absolutely. And to add to that,
Amazing job. Next, we'll tackle how to speak to your boss, give updates, ask for more time, and push back without sounding defensive.
oof, that's going to be useful.
Subscribe, download the worksheet below, and remember, speak it until it sounds like you.